I want to make sure I ask you about this issue of happiness. Happiness being a process rather than a goal, because I'm fascinated by the concept of happiness.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's very difficult to find happiness, like if you're looking for it. I'm looking for happiness, I'm looking for happiness. Where are you?
Am I happy right now? Am I happy?
Yeah, right? No, absolutely. I think it's the end result. And this is just what I've come to be aware of. Because I suddenly notice when I'm helping people, I'm the most happy. I've realized something that I get a lot of people who are very I'd say not necessarily clinically depressed, but close enough, right? Mm-hmm. They're not firing on all cylinders. Mm-hmm. And almost every time when you assess their life, they're not helping people. They're not contributing to society. They're not contributing to another person. They might have a pet, but that's not a person.
They're not giving service.
They're not being of service, exactly.
And you think that's what's contributing, that process of helping people?
Will contribute to the individual experiencing happiness.
Wow.
So if your life, your job, doesn't entail some sort of service, I doubt you'll find happiness. It may be the best job, but how do you define best? Oh, you have a $200,000 salary, so what? Mm-hmm.
There's always somebody that you could compare yourself to.
Right? It's not about the money. I met a lot of people on both sides. You know, they're making a lot of money, but they're unhappy. I had a gentleman that came with me. I did a workshop once in Spain, and he was making $750,000, and he followed me because he was miserable. You know, and I've had the total opposite. I had a dear friend making $10,000 a year and still following me because he was also miserable. Mm-hmm. I've had it both ways, mm-hmm. in terms of experiences with people, and really, happiness is an end result when you are doing something that is fulfilling to yourself. Simple as that.
And giving to others at the same time. Yeah.
Fulfilling to yourself. But you have to know what that is. If you just chase, in quotes, a big salary or a cool career, mm-hmm. may not be fulfilling to yourself. You have to have the self-integrity to ask, what is really important to me? Which is why I start with listening. Mm-hmm. Right? And when you're going through the change, the first principle is purpose. Mm-hmm. If you stay in integrity with that principle of purpose and you take the time to know what that is, you will have happiness. Mm-hmm. But the moment you get lost in that grounding, I'm sorry, you're done. Because you'll float. You won't be authentic to yourself. Because your sense of purpose, the sake for which you exist, will be subject to questions like, I don't know, I'm not happy, I'm not sure.
Now, we only have about a minute left, and so I wanted to make sure I ask you about this issue of going up too high and too low. A lot of times we get really down when things are and get fatalistic, and then when we get joyous. Can you talk about a balance between being
Absolutely.
Too high, too low?
Yeah, I think just recognize it, be human, accept yourself, accept the fact that you're not firing on all four cylinders, and go do something nice. Go do something, go for a walk, and I'd say reach out to people. Reach out for help. I went through some challenging times a few years ago, and I literally had people that I would say, please pick up the phone when I call. And I'd say, I'm not feeling good today. And we just chat, or we'd go for an ice cream, or we'd go for a cup of coffee, or do something. Recognize that, and ask for help when you need it. And the other thing is, go through this process and figure out what's really important, and fit that into your life. Don't wait for, when I do this, I'll go and have my perfect job. No.
Your IT person, yeah.
Exactly. She went and started working, went to De Anza College, just started doing something she never thought she'd ever do as a career, but wanted to do it herself. Like me, my gosh, I play an Native American flute, I used to ride motorcycles, I write poetry, now I'm doing a lot of writing a book right now, and working with different companies. I'm working with a studio in San Ramon that does 3D animation, Heartwood Studios, phenomenal people. Mm-hmm. And I do this, I work with individuals and people. So my degree is in social work.
I'm going to have to stop. We're going to have you back.
Absolutely,
you have so many things to talk about. Thank you for being on the show. And thank you for watching You're Hired. If you have any input for us, feel free to contact me at steve@bayareacareercoach.com. Again, that's steve@bayareacareercoach.com. Do check out the website for the 12 keys to getting a great job. Find out about the coaching I do. And also, I'm putting the contact information of every guest we've had on the show, so if you want to contact Paul, they can contact you off that information.
Absolutely.
And my website's www.bayareacareercoach.com. That's www.bayareacareercoach.com. Catch you next time on You're Hired. Thanks. And thank you. that's so
It did.